Well, we just had a situation where we had 18,000 inspirational jewelry, 18,000 in Australia, and only 1,200 in there. So let's just have a look. Let's just log into back into my account, into my AdWords account, because I can show you some interesting things with regards to this. You should all definitely be using Google AdWords. Super, super cool. To use the account in the same way that I'm using it, you'll need to spend $1 on Google Ads. And then once you've spent $1 on Google Ads, you don't have to worry about it anymore. You get access to a much greater level of intel from Google about search volume on Google. So it's well worth spending $1 on Google to get access to this data. But once you've done it, and you can get access to the data that I'm going to show you. Now, what I want to start with is Keyword Planner. What I want to start with is something called search intent. Okay, search intent. And let's all play along. This will give us something we can play along to. Oh, word in from Sue, inspirational jewelry, not so good on eBay. All right, so here, let's play along. Let's suppose that we are all searchers and we're sitting at our computer. This is a really good exercise to do, okay? We're all sitting at our computers and we have a problem. We have an itch that we're looking to get scratched. Now, there can be lots and lots of different kinds of people. It doesn't really matter, but think about this. Let's suppose that we are searching for a bucket and spade. That's what we're looking to search for. All right. Now, if I go to Google and type in bucket and spade, let's just do that, bucket and spade. What could I be looking for? What could I be looking for? What could I be looking for? Bucket and spade. What could I be looking for? Now, the obvious thing to say is I'm looking to buy a bucket and spade, all right? But what else could I be looking for? What else is a potential that I could be looking for? Sarah says I could be looking for toys, yeah. Gardening tools, says Peter. Beach toys. Athena says I could be looking to build some sandcastles. Absolutely I could. That could be what I ultimately want. Jenny says beach toys. Sarah says garden implements. Absolutely. Adrian says beach holiday. Well done, Adrian. Absolutely. I could be looking for a beach holiday. That's ultimately what I could be looking for. Marie says I could be looking to clean my home. Absolutely, Marie. Totally could be looking for that too. What else? Anthony says kids games. Yeah, so I could be looking for activities for my kids, things to do with my kids, all right? So the idea here is not all search terms are created equally. The good search terms are search terms, for us at least, that have got high buyer intent. Now, what would be a high buyer intent keyword for somebody that's looking to buy a bucket and spade? What's a high buyer intent keyword for those people? What do you think? Marcel says beach. Maybe. Probably not though, Marcel. That would be quite a broad keyword. Like Kevin says beach toys, purchase. John says cheap. Well done, John. Tell you're in my advanced group. Well done, mate. So John says, if somebody types in bucket and spade, followed by the word cheap, that is a great buyer of, or potential buyer of a bucket and spade, all right? They're looking to buy, and now they're looking for the best value. That's what they're looking for. So if you've got the best value, you should put that in front of them. Peter. Very well done, Peter. So if somebody types in bucket and spade followed by Amazon, then not only do you know that they want to buy a bucket and spade, but you also know they want to buy that bucket and spade on Amazon. All right, so again, that's a crazy good search term for us. You get the idea? Sarah, I'll tell you, you're in my group. Sarah says, best bucket and spade. Very well done. So again, anybody that types in best bucket and spade is at the point where they're now wanting to buy, and they're wanting to buy the good version, the best version of it, all right? So they're doing their research, ready to buy. This is a good person to sell. Bruce, buy bucket and spade. Absolutely, well done. Anybody that types in the word buy next to it, absolutely is ready to buy. So you can see, and well done for playing along, guys. You can see that your keywords are important. Your search intent for your keywords is what will really make your Google ads have enough search volume or not enough search volume. So if you find that there are, for instance, people with bucket and spade, Amazon, let's just try that. Please select, you mofo. Go back to our planner. I don't want to make an ad group, thank you very much. Let's try our metrics. They've changed all the keyword planner and they've made it just heaps worse. It's like the worst thing ever. Let's just get rid of that and go to America, United States. Here you go. So we can buy that traffic, and let's do all time. Nobody's searching for that, so maybe it's a bad example. But if they were, that would be a great keyword for us to get a absolute good idea of the total search volume. So, Alex, let's bring it back home for you. Not all keywords are created equal. So think about the intention behind the searcher. If there is 500 searches per month on Google for a very high search intent keyword, that's enough for me. I'll absolutely go after it, because if I can get a percentage of them, that's awesome. I'll go for that all day long. Versus 50,000 searches for a very broad keyword with no real buyer intent. Well, that's a different thing, you know. Would I go for it? I'd do more research, I'd look at buyer intent, and I'd make my decisions based upon that. So as always, it's not a simple answer. As always, these things are much more nuanced, and you've got to think about them from a lot of different viewpoints. But by doing that, of course, you will put yourself ahead of the game, because so few people do. So few people do. Most folks don't do any of that stuff. They just kind of blindly put it up and just hope for the best, and then wonder why it doesn't work. All right, here's a quick one from Tim. Tim says, how do I get my brand name? Have I got something open? Yes. How do I get my brand name on the listing, on the left side of the listing? Now, I am assuming that what you mean, let's just have a look, see if we can find something. That'll do. I am assuming that what you mean when you say, how do I get my brand name on the left-hand side of the Amazon listing, I'm assuming you mean that. All right? That's the only thing I could come up with, Tim, when I thought about that. So if that's not the case, let me know. Yes, you said. All right, cool. Well, that brand registry is something much differently. You don't need brand registry for that, Tim. That's something different. Let's just scroll down. All of this information here, which is called enhanced brand content, that's all through brand registry, all right? But that's something different. This here is dead easy. This is just your seller name. Let me just see if I'm logged into an account. I am, that'll do. And here's where you do that. So here it says your seller profile. That's where you change it. You just change your seller profile just there, and that's where you make your changes, all right? Dead easy to do. You just change it there. You add your brand name in there, okay? Or your seller name. That's what it is. It's just your seller name. Does that make sense, Tim? Hope it does. Actually, it's for brand registry. All right, well, that's something totally different. In that case, Tim, you need a trademark to get brand registry. Once you've got your trademark, then it's actually pretty easy to apply for brand registry, but you must get a trademark first, Tim. So that's your first thing to do, and that's going to take you 5 to 7 months to get a mark, something like that, mate. So start with your trademark and then register it through brand registry. So it's at sellercentral.com/brand registry, I think. I think that's it. sellercentral.com/brand registry. Oh, brand services, that'll do. There you go. brandservices.amazon.com. They've changed the URL. Dead easy. You just need to just go get started and get yourself in there, mate. Dead easy. Hey, thanks so much for watching that video, and I hope that you got some massive value from it. Before you go, do you live in Australia? If you do, this is for you. Would you like to learn how to sell things on Amazon here in Australia? Would you like to know what sells really, really well and what sells for the maximum amount of profit? Would you like to know where you can source those products from, whether that be in China or here in Australia, and how to source them so you pay bottom dollar and get maximum value for what you're doing? If you do, please subscribe to my channel and like this video, and you'll learn that and much more. It's the exact same information that people like Jeff from New South Wales have used to make $45,000 a month on Amazon, that Sue, who's from the sunny coast, has used to purchase herself a brand spankly BMW every single year as a result of her e-commerce business, and the lovely Kate from Bowral in New South Wales has used to make $32,000 a year on, a month, not a year, a month on Amazon, and indeed Anthony, who makes $15,000 a month on Amazon, selling, as he puts it, odds and sods. If you'd like to learn the exact same information that they use to maximize their profits for their Amazon businesses, subscribe to this video, like my channel, post below if you want me to teach you something. Okay, I'm out of here. Speak to you soon. Bye. Subscribe. Do it now.